Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. The rumors swirling around the league feels almost cinematic, the kind of story the YouTuber leans into with lowered voice and raised eyebrow. Because Alex Bregman being announced by the Dodgers as their new third baseman in elite mode sounds too big, too bold, and too perfectly timed to be just another transaction. The whispers suggest that this move is about more than a bat or a glove. It is about a shift in identity, a signal sent to the rest of baseball that Los Angeles is not satisfied with dominance alone. They want refinement, control, and an almost surgical precision at the hot corner. People close to the situation keep saying that the Dodgers see Bregman not as a borrowed star, but as a chess piece that completes an already terrifying board. The narrative being built is that of a veteran infielder who understands pressure, thrives under bright lights, and brings a cerebral edge to a clubhouse that already expects excellence. In this speculative lens, the announcement feels less like a roster update and more like a declaration of intent. A message that this team is always thinking 2 steps ahead. Fans imagine Bregman walking into that dugout, calm and calculating, instantly raising the collective baseball intelligence of everyone around him, as if his presence alone rewires the way innings unfold. As the rumor continues to unfold, the conversation quickly drifts toward how Alex Bregman's style meshes with the Dodgers' philosophy. Because this is where speculation turns delicious. The Dodgers are known for blending analytics with feel, preparation with instinct, and Bregman has long been portrayed as the embodiment of that balance. Insiders suggest that the front office sees him as a conductor at third base, someone who reads swings, anticipates bunts, and positions himself like a mind reader. The idea floating around is that his elite mode is not about highlight reel dives every night, but about eliminating chaos before it ever starts. In this imagined scenario, pitchers feel a little calmer knowing that rockets down the line are being vacuumed up by a player who seems to know where the ball is going before contact is made. The YouTube-style chatter leans into how this kind of defensive confidence changes an entire pitching staff's mentality. Suddenly, contact is not feared, it is invited. The speculation paints Bregman as a stabilizer, a player whose presence quietly turns stressful innings into routine outs, making the Dodgers feel even more inevitable to anyone watching from the other dugout. Offensively, the rumor mill spins an equally compelling picture, because Alex Bregman's bat is described not as flashy, but as relentlessly punishing in the most demoralizing ways. The talk among fans is that the Dodgers envision him as a professional at bat who lengthens the lineup and suffocates opposing pitchers. In this speculative narrative, he is the hitter who fouls off pitch after pitch, forces mistakes, and then calmly deposits the ball where nobody can reach it. The idea of him wearing Dodger blue sparks conversations about balance, about how his disciplined approach would protect the stars around him and make the lineup feel endless. The YouTube voiceovers imagine late innings where pitchers glance at the on-deck circle and sigh, knowing that even if they escape one threat, another equally dangerous presence waits. Bregman's rumored arrival is framed as a lesson in inevitability, where runs are not scored in bursts, but accumulated through pressure, patience, and precision. The speculation insists that this is the kind of hitter who changes how games are managed, forcing early bullpen calls and frantic defensive shifts that never quite work. Another layer of this rumor dives into the clubhouse dynamic, because stars do not exist in isolation, and the Dodgers are famously meticulous about chemistry. The word floating around is that Bregman's reputation as a tireless worker and detail-oriented competitor made him especially attractive. The imagined conversations describe him fitting seamlessly into a culture where preparation is sacred and complacency is punished. The speculation suggests that younger players would gravitate toward him, not because he is loud, but because he is consistent, because his routines speak louder than speeches. In the YouTube narrative style, this becomes a story of quiet leadership, of a veteran who raises standards simply by refusing to cut corners. The Dodgers, according to these whispers, believe that this kind of influence compounds over time, turning talent into sustained dominance. The idea is that Bregman's elite mode is contagious, that it nudges everyone a little closer to their best version, creating a clubhouse that feels less like a group of individuals and more like a synchronized machine. As rumors often do, this one also invites comparison and debate, and fans cannot help but speculate about how this move reshapes perceptions across the league. The Dodgers adding Alex Bregman is framed as a flex, a reminder that even when they appear stacked, they're always searching for upgrades and nuance rather than necessity. The YouTube chatter leans into how rival teams might react, how front offices might groan at the thought of preparing for yet another elite presence in an already intimidating lineup. The speculation imagines opposing managers losing sleep over defensive alignments and pitching plans that suddenly feel outdated. In this telling, Bregman is not just a player. He is a problem, a variable that complicates every series and every scouting report. The Dodgers, through this rumor announcement, seem to be saying that comfort is the enemy, that standing still is not an option, and that excellence must be chased even when it already feels within reach. By the end of this first wave of speculation, the narrative solidifies into something that feels almost mythic, the kind of story fans replay in their heads before a season even unfolds. Alex Bregman in Dodger blue, elite at third base, calm at the plate, sharp in the field, and quietly influential in the clubhouse, becomes a symbol of sustained ambition. The YouTube-style storytelling emphasizes that this is not about one moment or one highlight, but about an accumulation of edges, small advantages stacked until they feel overwhelming. The rumor frames the Dodgers as architects of inevitability, and Bregman as one of their finest tools, a player who understands that greatness is built inning by inning, decision by decision. Whether confirmed or not, the idea alone is powerful enough to reshape expectations, to make fans lean forward and imagine a future that feels both calculated and unstoppable. The second part of this speculative saga digs deeper into the emotional reaction surrounding the announcement, because when a name like Alex Bregman is linked to the Dodgers, the ripple effect extends far beyond roster construction. The YouTube tone shifts slightly here, becoming more reflective, as if acknowledging that fans are not just reacting to talent, but to symbolism. The rumor suggests that this move represents a bridge between eras, blending the hardened experience of a player who has seen everything with the Dodgers' constant pursuit of the next evolution. In this imagined narrative, Bregman is not arriving to prove himself, but to refine himself, to place his established skill set into a system designed to extract every last ounce of efficiency. The emotional undertone is one of respect, both from fans who admire his competitiveness and from teammates who recognize what he brings. The speculation paints a picture of quiet nods in the clubhouse, of an understanding that something significant has shifted, even if nobody says it out loud. The conversation then drifts toward legacy, because rumors of this magnitude naturally invite questions about how players want to be remembered. In this speculative telling, Alex Bregman choosing the Dodgers is framed as a calculated chapter in a career defined by intention. The YouTube voice imagines him seeing Los Angeles as a stage where excellence is not just celebrated, but expected, where every detail is scrutinized and every edge is valued. The idea is that this environment appeals to a player who thrives on structure and accountability. Fans speculate that Bregman views this move as an opportunity to cement his reputation as one of the most complete infielders of his generation, someone who adapted, evolved, and remained relevant at the highest level. The Dodgers, in turn, are portrayed as curators of legacy, a franchise that understands how to maximize not just performance, but narrative, turning great players into enduring symbols of a particular era of baseball dominance. From a tactical perspective, the rumors dive into how this elite third base presence could subtly alter the Dodgers' identity on the field. The speculation suggests that with Bregman anchoring the left side, the team could become even more aggressive in its defensive schemes, shading hitters differently, daring opponents to test their precision. The YouTube analysis style emphasizes that elite defense changes tempo, that speeds up games and frustrates offenses into mistakes. In this imagined world, Bregman's anticipation and quick release turn potential rallies into deflating sequences of routine outs. Pitchers, feeling that safety net, attack the zone with more confidence, leading to a style of play that feels assertive and controlled. The rumor frames this as a subtle but profound shift, where the Dodgers are not just overpowering teams, but outthinking them, turning baseball into a game of calculated inevitability. Off the field, the speculation explores how this announcement plays in the broader media landscape, because the Dodgers are always at the center of the conversation. The YouTube chatter imagines debates erupting across shows and podcasts, with analysts dissecting whether this move is excessive or simply smart. The rumor positions the Dodgers as a franchise unbothered by such criticism, comfortable being labeled as relentless. Alex Bregman, in this narrative, becomes a lightning rod for those discussions, a player whose presence amplifies every opinion. Some speculate that this scrutiny only fuels him, that he thrives when expectations are high and eyes are watching. The Dodgers, according to these whispers, understand that pressure is not a burden, but a resource, something that sharpens focus and weeds out complacency. In that sense, this rumored announcement feels perfectly aligned with both player and franchise mentality. As the story continues to unfold in this speculative space, fans begin to imagine the long-term implications, not just the immediate buzz. The idea circulating is that Alex Bregman's influence could extend beyond his own performance, shaping how future players view the Dodgers as a destination. The YouTube narrative leans into the concept of culture as a recruiting tool, where elite players are drawn to environments that value intelligence, preparation, and sustained excellence. In this imagined future, Bregman's presence becomes part of the Dodgers' pitch, a living example of how established stars can thrive within their system. The rumor suggests that this move is as much about signaling values as it is about winning games, reinforcing the idea that Los Angeles is a place where serious baseball minds can flourish. The speculation ultimately circles back to the fans, because no rumor of this scale exists without stirring imagination. The YouTube-style closing thoughts emphasize that whether confirmed or denied, the idea of Alex Bregman announced by the Dodgers as an elite third baseman has already done its work. It has sparked debate, excitement, and a sense of anticipation that fuels the sport itself. The narrative frames this as the power of possibility, where a single rumor can reshape how an entire season is envisioned. In this telling, the Dodgers remain the masters of intrigue, and Bregman the embodiment of calculated excellence. Together, even in speculation, they form a story that feels inevitable, a reminder that in baseball, as in storytelling, the line between rumor and reality is often where the most compelling narratives live. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. The speculation refuses to cool down, and instead it keeps evolving into deeper layers of interpretation, as if the rumored announcement of Alex Bregman by the Dodgers has unlocked an endless stream of theories. The YouTube-style narration leans into the idea that this move represents a philosophical statement about how the Dodgers view the modern game. In this imagined scenario, Bregman is not just a third baseman. He is a symbol of adaptability, of a player who blends old-school instincts with modern efficiency. Fans speculate that the Dodgers see him as proof that intelligence and preparation can be just as intimidating as raw power. The rumors suggest that every ground ball fielded cleanly, every patient at bat, every smart decision on the bases would reinforce that identity. The conversation becomes almost poetic, framing Bregman as a reminder that elite baseball is often quiet, built on anticipation rather than reaction. In this speculative universe, the Dodgers are not chasing headlines. They're chasing perfection in details so small that only the most attentive observers notice them. and Bregman fits that vision perfectly. Another strand of the rumor focuses on how this announcement could subtly redefine expectations for the position itself within the organization. The YouTube tone becomes analytical, suggesting that Alex Bregman arriving in elite mode sets a new internal benchmark for what playing third base in Los Angeles truly means. The speculation imagines coaches pointing to his footwork, his arm angles, his positioning, using him as a living reference point for how the position should be played. This narrative paints a picture where standards rise organically, not through mandates, but through example. Younger players are imagined watching closely, absorbing habits, learning how preparation translates into consistency. The Dodgers, according to this rumor, understand that sustained dominance comes from creating internal competition against excellence itself. Bregman, in this telling, becomes both a contributor and a measuring stick, someone who quietly forces everyone else to sharpen their craft. The idea resonates because it frames the move as an investment in culture as much as performance. As the speculation stretches forward, it starts to feel less like a single rumor and more like a lens through which fans interpret the Dodgers' entire future. The YouTube style wraps this up with a sense of intrigue, suggesting that even if reality unfolds differently, the idea of Alex Bregman in Dodger Blue has already reshaped conversations. It has reminded fans that this franchise operates on a different wavelength, always exploring how to turn strength into inevitability. The rumor positions Bregman as the embodiment of that mindset, a player whose value lies not only in what he does, but in how he thinks the game. In this imagined ending, the Dodgers continue forward as architects of pressure, and Bregman stands as a rumored cornerstone of that vision. The story lingers not because of confirmation, but because of possibility, leaving fans suspended in that space where imagination fuels passion and baseball feels endlessly compelling. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.